So you've made this incredible gluten-free, egg-free pie dough. You might be wondering, it's in the refrigerator, how do I roll it out? Is it the same as regular pie dough?
I'm going to show you all of my tips and tricks right now. If you're going to do a lattice top, I recommend keeping this in the refrigerator until just a few minutes before you're about to start. And to roll out our dough for the bottom, you can just simply roll it out onto a piece of parchment paper, or you can use a reusable mat like this one. And I'm going to show you with the mat today, just so I can show you the sizing, but I will place the piece of parchment paper on top. And this way you'll see that it's really easy to do no matter what you have. But this will just show us exactly how far we want to roll it out, as this one has markings on it. It will show us where our inches are versus centimeters. So we're going to roll it out to be about 30 centimeters or 12 inches in diameter. And this way it'll be large enough for my 10-inch pie plate. Now this one is my Emily Henry pie plate that I got actually as a wedding gift from our dear friends. And I love it. I love the ceramic pie plate. It heats up slowly and evenly, and it's just perfect for this pie crust. But you can also use a glass pie plate or even a metal pie plate. Just remember that the glass will heat up a little bit quicker than the ceramic, and the metal will heat up a lot quicker than the ceramic. So we want to make sure to decrease the cook time slightly. So just unwrap your pie crust now, and you'll see it's kept its shape nicely, and it's going to seem really hard. You're going to think, oh my goodness, how am I going to roll that out? And don't worry, it's okay. It will warm up really quickly. And what I do is I just lay my plastic wrap on top. I'm going to use an additional piece of plastic wrap as well and cover it with 2 pieces. This way it will cover my whole 12 inches or 30 centimeters where I want to roll it out. And I'm just going to let it sit now covered with the plastic wrap for about 5 minutes just to warm up slightly. Right now it's pliable, but it would be very difficult to roll out. If I just let it sit on the countertop for a few minutes, it will be the perfect consistency for me to be able to roll it out with my rolling pin. If your dough has been in the freezer, you're going to want to pull it out the night before and let it thaw in the refrigerator. That's the best way to get your crust to turn out just perfectly. So once you feel it's a little bit more pliable, it may still be difficult at first to press into, that's okay. Grab your rolling pin. I'd recommend using a larger rolling pin like this one. If you don't have one, don't worry, that's okay. You can always press it out with your hands, but it will get really warm. So I'd highly recommend using a rolling pin. A smaller one like this will be a little more difficult. And what I'm going to do is just press down in the center and start to roll my dough out. And then we're going to come back to the center again and roll it. And if it is hard, it may seem a little more difficult to roll. Now, as you can see, this is beginning to crack. Don't worry about that. That's so common with gluten-free dough. And the awesome thing is, you could just massage it back. So I, every once in a while, stop, get my edges put back together. We don't want to touch it a lot. So then I'm going to, you can either move around or you can just spin your pie. Press this way so you can stay in the same position, spin it 90 degrees or walk around it and roll it out the other direction. It's going to get a little softer and more pliable with each time I do it. And see there again, it splits. So no problem. Just grab it with the plastic and just squish it back together. Kind of massage it. It likes to be massaged, this gluten-free crust. I find all my gluten-free dough just loves to be massaged. It just needs a little more care. We're going to roll it out until it's about 1.5 inches larger than our pie plate, till it becomes a nice circle. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to either fold over the edge or cut the edge anyway. So now you can see that my pie crust is almost 30 centimeters around, or 12 inches. There's a marking there. So we're just almost there. And I find mine never is a perfect circle. Don't worry. Just kind of try to fix the edges, and where you have a little too much, I like to just pinch with the plastic wrap. This is why this plastic wrap is magic. If you're not sure exactly how big you want to make your pie crust, just take your pie plate and flip it over. And you want it to be a good, couple of centimeters to 1/2 inch over. So I need to make mine just a smidgen bigger, just a tiny bit bigger here. And once you're happy with how your pie crust looks and about the size, before you transfer your pie, just make sure to try to clean the edges up with your hands. Take the side of your hand, place it along the table, and slide it back and forth, rubbing with your other hand. This will make a nice flat edge. You can always switch hands, whatever's convenient for you. And you can see it becomes a nice smooth circle. I don't want to play with my dough too much, so don't go crazy. We want it to stay cold, but this really makes a nice edge. And you can see it's a kind of a perfect circle at this point. It doesn't need to be perfect circle, but if you do this, it just saves you a little more work later on and your pie crust will just look really pretty. So then I'll just give it a nice roll out again, just making sure that it's nice and even. When I'm happy with the size, checking with my pie plate, and yes, perfect. It goes around at least 1/2 inch and it looks great. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then all we're going to do is just to remove the plastic wrap. In order to transfer our pie onto our pie plate, I'm just going to lift my pie up like this, take my pie plate, and I'm just going to flip it over. And if you're not comfortable with that, you can also hold this way and flip it. But as you can see, it's not going to fall apart, so don't worry. So you're just going to take it and just gently flip it over, just lining it up with your pie. So checking that it's nicely aligned. So it's in the center. So I need to pull mine over just a smidge this way. You can see it's nicely aligned. There's a little bit of a gap all around. And then I'm just going to pull my parchment paper off gently. On occasion, it will stick, but if you pull it up this way, it's more likely to stick. Pull it straight down this way and off. This is what I do with the pizza dough as well. And don't worry if there's little cracks, you can mend those. And now to get it in, we don't want to press it. The more we stretch the dough, the more it might shrink when we cook it, because it will shrink a little. We want to make sure we avoid that. So just lifting it up off the edge, it will start to just fall into the plate. Just lifting the edge. And if a little crack happens, that's okay, don't worry. Lift the edge and it's just starting to sink in. And I'm just going to gently touch my pie into the corner here. So I'm kind of like just guiding it into the corner of my pie plate. And if it's not perfect, like mine isn't perfectly centered, don't worry. As long as you have enough overhang, you can always cut some off on the edge. And there we go. Now I want to feel and make sure it's in the corners, lifting off the sides. Make sure that my pie goes right into the corner. So just gently lifting off my side. And there we are. Then now it's nice and into the corner. I'll just spin it around and double check that it's nicely pressed against the edges. And you can see mine's not perfect. I have much more on this side than I do on that side, and that's okay. I'm just going to cut it here, take a little from that side and add it to this side. Just like that. A little more. And fixing any cracks there. You could take your plastic wrap, place it on top, and just gently massage your pie crust till it's nice and smooth. And there we go. Our pie is now transferred into our pie plate and it's ready to create an edge. So join me next where I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful fluted edge to your pie.
If you've enjoyed these videos, please like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to be notified when my next video comes out. So stick around, next I'm going to show you exactly how to create that professional looking fluted ruffly edge to your pie.
Oops.